come. The jungle is about to rumble in Kigali as the Amafubi face off with the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles on the Nigerian side are winless in 4, just 3 draws and 1 lose. They just have 3 points and seated in 5th. And for the Amafubi, guess what? They are at the summit of the table with 7 points, 2 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss, miles apart from the Super Eagles right now. And guess what? For the first time, the Super Eagles and the Rwandan side will be having new coaches in the dugout on this session of the Trios. We'll be looking at the tactical analysis, man management, in-game management, and what to expect from this new coach on All Things Considered on the PSN network. I am Samuel Akman on the Trios. Let's get jiggy right here. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back, guys. Now on this side is Adel Amouche and on this side is Eric Chell, and we are going to be tactically analyzing these guys from their previous coaching stints. For here, Eric Chell, his previous stint was with MC Oran in Algeria, and for Adel Amouche, his last stint was with Tanzania. It ended bloody. We're going to discuss it right here, but now let's focus on the tactics of Adel Amouche. When this guy meets a team that sits back and allow his team to come and meet them, he goes with 4-3-3. But when this guy meets a team like the Super Eagles or the expansive team like Morocco, Algeria, or South Africa, he goes with a defensive formation of 5-4-1 or 5-2-3. Why does he play this formation? Try as much as possible, because for Super Eagles, if he's going to play us, he's going to play 5-2-3 or 5-4-1. Why? The big question is why. Now this is the answer, because we have probably Ademola Lookman or Victor Osimhen or Moses Simon or Chukwueze right here when you play 5-4-1. Now let's see right here, when you play 5-4-1, you have more men in the defensive third. You have more men to block all the channels that the threat might come for. And when it comes to blocking the zone 14, which is right here, you will see that he has over 7 guys in the defensive third. But for Amouche, this is cool, this is nice, this is amazing, but the big part is when you face off a team like Super Eagles that have Samuel Chukwueze, that have Ademola Lookman, that have Victor Osimhen right here, and they have Alex Iwobi right here. This formation can be countered in 2 seconds. How? If you play the likes of Victor Osimhen right here, you play the likes of Alex Iwobi, Chukwueze or Moses Simon or Ademola Lookman right here, 1-2 slicky touch right here is going to open the defense line. Or you have a Samuel Chukwueze with his fleet foot pass 1 right here. He exempts this guy. He has so many options. He has so many chances to look for a player, pick up a player, and score a goal. That is where Adel Amouche side are very complacent when it comes to that defensive play. All right, welcome back right now. Now, for most Super Eagles fans, one of the most beautiful things when they are in the stadium, it is the sound and the chant of pa-na-na-na-na, pa-na-na-na. But hold up first, because these 2 new coaches that are going to be shutting it down in Kigali, I'm talking about Adel Amouche and Eric Chell, this is the first time that they'll be handling their various teams right now. And for Adel Amouche, the last time he was with Tanzania and he was with Botswana, we saw him play this formation, 5-4-1. Why 5-4-1? 5-4-1 anytime he's meeting a team that plays expansive football, they have good wingers and have solid midfield presence. He did that against Algeria, did that against Morocco, did that against South Africa. And now when it comes to the Super Eagles right now, I'm talking about Eric Chell. What formation does he play? We are going to analyze it right here on the pitch, on the Trios right now. And for Adel Amouche, when he meets a team that don't play expansive football, that don't even have that solid wing play, what does he do? He switches back to a 4-3-3, come in narrow, try as much as possible to solidify his presence of his team in here in the midfield. And anytime they play the 4-3-3 or 5-4-1, because they know they have a one-man shot in here, because they know they don't have presence in here, what he does is quite simple. He pushes all his guys into the half of his opposition half, put them right here, and look for the long balls, look for the loopholes, look for that long long ball that will try as much as possible to destabilize his opponent. That is when he plays the 5-4-1. And now that he's coming up against the Super Eagles, if he plays this formation, he's going to get punished. He's going to get beaten. He's going to get battered real hard. Because when you play the 5-4-1 and you have all these guys here, one of the advantage of this formation is the liberty for your fullbacks to push forward. The liberty for your fullbacks to push forward. Now, when you have that liberty to push forward as a fullback, you are now left with a back three. And when you're left with a back three, this is the big disadvantage. All of this space in the midfield, who's going to cover it? Is it me or my cameraman here? No way. It has to be these guys. So when they bump forward, they are also thinking of bumping backwards, trying as much as possible to come cover all of this space right now. And when you look at the game that I mentioned earlier, when it was with Tanzania, against Morocco, against Algeria, and against South Africa, that he lost, it is because fatigue began to set in, because these guys run here, come here, run here, come here. These guys, that's the midfield strength right now. Run here, come here, run here, come here. And before you know, they begin to breathe real hard right there. And that is when the Super Eagles and Eric Chell will be looking to pounce on this formation if it comes with the 5-4-1 or 5-2-3. Now, how is Eric Chell and the Super Eagles going to pounce out or pound on Adel Mamouche and Rwanda? Get ready right now. Now, if Adel Mamouche uses the 5-4-1 or the 5-2-3, what is Eric Chell going to use, or what is Eric Chell going to do tactically? Let's dive into it a little bit, yeah? Let's dive into it right now, because Eric Chell plays the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-2 or the 4-4-2 because he wants his team to have discipline and flair, characterized by defensive solidity and free-spirited flow in the attacking third. That is what his formation stands for tactically. Now let's explain it better so that you can know. Now let's look at the back four. Let's look at the back four of the Super Eagles. Maybe you might have Ola Aina here. Maybe you might have Calvin Bassey here. Maybe you might have what's his name? Trust Ekon with his defensive pair, Stalon Wambali right now. You have Onyedika. You have Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, Moses Simon, and Osimhen, and the best player in Africa right now, Ademola Lookman, right here, lined up for Super Eagles, trying as much as possible to pounce on Eric Chell, trying as much as possible to suck in the pressure from the stadium in Rwanda and give us all important 3 points. Mind you, this 3 points is crucial for our World Cup qualification. Now let's go back into tactical display right now. Now when you look at, you play 5-4-1 as Adel Mamouche might play. It gives his guys the liberty to bump forward. You have his striker here. You have his midfield coming up into our midfield half right now, and his guys coming here. Now if you look at the game that we play in New York against Rwanda, where the Super Eagles are poor, one of the weakness of the Super Eagles is their inability to turn turnovers into creative chances and scoring goals with them. Number one. Number two for the Super Eagles right now is their inability, when Ola Aina busts forward, when Calvin Bassey busts forward this play, is their inability to cover all of this space right here. If you look at the 2 goals that we considered against Rwanda, it came from the wing. If you go to the Nations Cup, 40% or 45% of the goals that we considered at the Nations Cup come from the wing. And when you look at our last 4 or 5 games that we have considered so far as the Super Eagles, almost all the goals that we have considered have come from the wing. Eric Chell, we know that when you're telling Ola Aina to bust forward, you are telling a Frank Onyedika probably to step in right here. When a Calvin Bassey is busting forward right now, you were telling a certain Ndidi, come on, stay in here. Try as much as possible that we don't lose our shape. We don't lose our defensive solidity when we bust forward. Now that we're done with this defensive side, let's look at the attacking final third for the Super Eagles right now against the 5-4-1 or the 5-2-3 or the 4-3-3. anyhow they are going to come out against the Super Eagles and how we're going to punish them. If you look at the Rwanda side, real quick, the Rwanda side lose shape when they move forward. If they play the 5-4-1, when they have all their guys in here, they lose shape right now. And this is where Ademola Lookman has been very amazing, has been very powerful for Atalanta and Super Eagles. Remember, he's on 50 goals right now for Atalanta. Remember this man they call Victor Osimhen. He's the second highest goal scorer in the Turkish league as we speak right now. When Ademola Lookman is here, when Moses Simon is here, and remember this Moses Simon right now is at that top level with the likes of Doku, with the likes of fleet-footed runners in the top 5 leagues in Europe right now. When you have these guys coming up against a defensive 3, it's going to be slaughter. It's going to be mayday. You're going to call the security, because when Ademola Lookman is right here, all he wants is to get the ball into Victor Osimhen. And when you have a Moses Simon right here that is always dribbling, that is always looking to create chances with his leg right now, when he gets into the space, the only person he's looking for is Victor Osimhen right now. And remember, we are talking about a 4-3-3 kind of formation. That means Alex Iwobi has the freedom to bust into the final third. And when Alex Iwobi is here, the Rwanda side are very poor defensively when it comes to the zone 14. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. If you remember the goal that Chukwueze scored against them in Uyo, it was right in here. It was right in here. He got the ball. He beat one man, got in here and took the shot, and boom, it was in the back of the net. And remember again that the man they called Victor Boniface missed a couple of sitters right from here again. Because Super Eagles are quite fantastic when they transition from defense to midfield and to attack. When I mean they are fantastic, you see the likes of Lookman give the ball right here to Alex Iwobi, and 1-2 quick interchange between Iwobi and Chukwueze, or Iwobi and Moses Simon can carve out the defensive line of the Rwanda side. So what am I trying to say in essence for Eric Chell? He has to tell his attacking guys to be disciplined. Number 1. Number 2, when you create chances, clear-cut chances, try as much as possible to take them, because the Super Eagles that we have studied in the first 15 minutes of the first half, they are vulnerable. In the first 15 minutes of the second half, they are vulnerable. And I'm going to give you a perfect example of how vulnerable the Super Eagles is in the last 15 minutes of the game. If you watch the game against Rwanda, now it's going to be on your screen. If you watch the game against Rwanda, you will see that the Super Eagles lost concentration and we lost the ball right in here, and before you know, the turnover turned into a goal, and Maduka Okoye had no answers to the cut in right here and to the ball boom into the back of the net. Now that we have discussed the strengths and weakness of both teams, I'm talking about Nigeria and Rwanda, let's go to historical facts. At the first time that these guys met, it was in 2004. That was about 21 years ago. And that game, Nigeria played Rwanda at home. It was a 2-0 victory for Nigeria. In 2005 again, Rwanda versus Nigeria, it was a 1-1 draw. In 29 February 2012, Rwanda versus Nigeria, it was a stalemate. And right there, and on the 16th of June 2012, Nigeria versus Rwanda, it was a 2-0 victory for Nigeria. And in 2018, we met again, Nigeria versus Rwanda, it was a 0-0 draw. And in September 2024, it was Rwanda versus Nigeria, it was a 0-0 draw. And in the last game in Uyo, you all know what happened. You saw what happened. It was the first time in 21 years that this team, that Rwanda, defeated Nigeria. In all the 7 games that they have played so far, Nigeria have won 2. There have been 4 draws for the both team, and it's just 1 win for Rwanda. So if Rwanda beats us this time, aside the 3 points, it's going to be pride. It's going to be 2-2. 2 victory for Nigeria and 2 victory for Rwanda. But if we beat them in Kigali, we're going to extend our victory over them to 3, and they're just going to have just 1. So it's up to Eric Chell. Psych your guys mentally. Tell them what it means to don that Super Eagles jersey. It's a wrap right here, but it's not a wrap until you tell me what you feel about the first 11 of Eric Chell, or what you feel about the game between Rwanda versus Nigeria. Who do you think is going to take the day? Who do you think is going to score first? Who do you think might win this one? Is it Nigeria Or is it Rwanda? Or have you given up already on Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup? Remember, the Super Eagles cannot afford to miss back-to-back World Cup. Put your comment out there on my YouTube page and all our various social media platforms. And on the next episode of The Thrills, Samuel Akman is going to read your comments right here. Stay safe, stay beautiful. I love you more.